We on this motherfucker. Welcome back, y'all. Hey, 0 F's given. Zero. We here with a special guest. We ain't even gonna say nothing. Matter of fact, hey, P, walk away, bro. Go ahead.
What the fuck is going on? Y'all could at least I
won't do that.
You know, what's poppin'? It's the dish. Or whatever.
Miss Dallas in the house.
You nerd.
Y'all foolish.
Hey, listen, we gonna have a great show in store for you fuckers. But look, every week I'm endorsing a black business. This is a different hat from the same black-owned business from last week. So, Dallas got her own thing going too. So, go ahead. What you got popping?
Dish with Dallas on YouTube. You know?
It's a big fucking deal, people.
Queen of Talk.
You gotta know what's going on in D.C.
Yeah, it's lit. And I'm also doing the very same thing. So, season 2 is going to be a lot of people with their own brands. Like you said, black-owned businesses, designers, hairstylists, makeup artists, barbers, just everybody. Anybody who has something that they're doing that they're trying to promote, something positive going on, definitely we'll see them on the dish. A couple artists. I got some dope artists. Some rappers, some singers, some actors, everybody.
So what's some things you want, you said season 2, so when season 2 gonna get popping?
Turkey Day, Thanksgiving. Oh. We're shooting for next week.
So all you motherfuckers can gobble it right on up.
Oh, pause.
The foolishness
gobble. Hey, you know, hey, a little something. So, Pete, what you got for Dallas, man?
I want to ask Dallas about how her program is going. How does she feel? What can she feel like she can do to further expand her brand? And what's the main goal? What's the main objective?
Well, definitely what we were just talking about. Kind of not limiting myself to just ballroom personalities. A lot of people hit me up and they want to be on the dish, but they don't got shit going on.
Oh, shit.
It's no shade, but you come on the show and interview you about what?
Hey, my name is Michael.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good night.
So, yeah, I mean, that's why it's important for you to have something going on. Also, people who just got good personalities and they're very opinionated, those are the people that you want to have.
People, boy.
Yeah, those are the people you want to have come on your shit and talk about hot topics. Oh, they're going to voice their opinion. They're not going to hold back. So.
Ho, P.
What's up?
Talking about opinionated people. I'm going to get back to
I'm not going to say nothing.
Perry and his questions, but.
Lord.
All right, I do have a question. I want your opinion on it.
Okay.
You think they should have did that boy Malik like that? I know I had to go back. Just a simple yes or no. I don't even.
Malik Gilbert?
Yeah.
I think we talked about this.
Oh, you know what? No, we did.
We talked about it.
You know what? You know, I'm going to jump. You think they should have did that boy Tank like that?
Oh, my God. People been sucking dick for years. I don't know why people going off on Tank because listen.
Ooh, Grim Reaper.
I feel like, do I agree with what he said? No. However, if he feel like he wants to suck dick or if his opinion is his opinion and I respect it. However, to me, it's been a few artists recently who've done some shit and it's only been because their projects was coming out. So I feel like it wasn't
all facts. Really
his opinion. I don't know if it was his opinion or if it was just a publicity stunt.
I personally think that the nigga was trying to make use an example that wasn't a very good example.
It was not a good example. It wasn't. Because, I ain't have to eat pussy twice to realize that I ain't want to eat no pussy.
Shout out to Tank. I met Tank before. You're a cool dude.
Yeah, that's my nigga. I fuck with Tank. I support his music. I ain't going to stop supporting him. P feels differently.
I feel differently. Because he wouldn't have said it. What he said, suck dick twice.
He feel like he sucked dick once and then he did it again.
I feel like he did it before. And my thing is when people disagree with him.
Big sucking dog?
I don't know, maybe. But
Listen.
My problem with the whole situation was, okay, when people attack your opinion about it, don't start throwing that they're homophobic just because they disagree with you. That was the biggest issue. That's a dangerous
I agree with Perry.
Well, it depends on how they were disagreeing with him. If they was disagreeing, saying, "Oh, you lying, you a dick, you dick sucking," if they're saying it with a negative connotation, then it kind of is homophobic.
To a certain degree,
whether he want to suck dick or not.
But my thing is, if you want to suck dick, just come out and say you suck dick.
I suck dick.
It is what it is. That's none of our business. Just come on. Poison,
right.
and you gonna poison the pussy
No,
population.
wait. No, you good. Go ahead.
They ain't gonna poison the pussy population and all that other stuff.
You said it's not gonna poison the pussy?
I'm going to.
Wait, what?
But him not coming out. If a person, if a guy suck a dick, right, but he don't know if he's gay or straight, what is he doing?
What do you mean, what is he doing?
What is he doing?
He's having fun.
You can't. That's a thin line. You can't do both.
Why can't he do both?
As a man, to me, you can't do both.
Why and why not?
Because
because
game.
What is the dangerous
game? No. I'm gonna tell you why.
Please let him finish.
Oh shit.
With this dangerous game.
Get a guess.
Because
the blue chair.
It's a different thing from men and women. It's a double standard, but it is what it is.
No, you said dangerous game.
It is a dangerous game because you're doing this with men, then you're going back to women.
Mm-hmm.
That's a dangerous game.
How is it any different from you fucking two bitches?
So let me play.
No. I just want to be clear that that's not what you're trying to say.
People say that all the time to me. Neither side is right. So that two bitches, two niggas, however you say it, it's a dangerous game regardless because people's health is being involved. So you got this fascination. You just don't want to, I might be gay. I'm going to keep sucking dick. At some point, you got to come to realize and come to grips, okay, I like sucking dick and be honest with yourself. So you can't keep teetering the fence.
Is your problem his honesty or the fact that he's teetering back and forth?
He's teetering back and forth. That's my problem.
I always hated the
I'm
word
confused
teetering.
because you just said two different things.
Well, hold on, wait. Let me see. I might be able to help. So, what is your opinion, the both of you, on the stereotype like a girl can come and sit on another girl's lap and it not looked at as an issue, but a boy do it and it's looked at as an issue? Not as an issue, but
it's definitely a double standard. We always talk about that.
So now, with that being said, what's your opinion on it? And I think that both of you are saying that basically it's a double standard, but I think you wanted him to go about saying that it's a double standard a different way.
I just wanted to be clear about the dangerous game, and okay, let me go back. So recently I've been watching this or catching up on the show. I'm late as fuck, but this show called The Deuce on HBO.
Okay.
Coincidentally, the majority of the cast is like
shout out
from
to
The Wire.
That can afford that.
Yeah, wait, HBO. So we started talking about like the AIDS epidemic that went on in the 80s and how people were dying rapidly, and people had this perception that it was just the gay community.
I remember.
When in actuality,
it wasn't.
It was not. A lot of the prostitutes in the 80s in New York City, and this is just New York City that this is based around. Not saying that this was the only place, but this show in particular, they did make it
highlighted
a point. Yeah, they highlighted that the prostitutes, the pimps, like everybody was dying rapidly. So when you said dangerous game, that's why it triggers something like, wait, are you just talking about the fact that he's bouncing between men and women? Because I think people are confused. The HIV and AIDS rate at this point is higher in heterosexuals at this moment. So I don't want anyone to think, just because it's still a stigma.
That only you gay because you get AIDS, you gay. No,
you fucking in the ass, so you're gonna contract it. That's not the case.
My opinion on that is, one, I'm not into girl on girl. Never have, never will. Two, I'm not an anal person either. So,
well, hello.
All that stuff.
Hello.
No, I'm not with. So
yeah, and some people argue that the reason that it's higher in heterosexuals is because so many men are DL, and they're taking it back to their spouses. I
heard that argument before.
But the reality is, people are having sex. Babies are born every day. Everybody's having unprotected sex.
That's facts.
So you can't
narrow it down.
Yeah, you can't pinpoint into one group. Like until you see some statistics and some facts that say that. Let's just keep it neutral.
So Here's another question that both of y'all can share your opinion on. So I was reading recently, or no, I was watching a video, and underneath the video pops up a news update that an older guy, I'm gonna say mid-20s, maybe late, gay guy, HIV, was sent to jail for having sex with a 16-year-old.
One of his students, right?
I
saw that today.
So.
He was like having sex with him in his car and shit.
Yeah.
I saw that.
So now I did have a problem with the title. The title said rape. Now, though it is statutory rape, I don't think that was appropriate to put in the title.
They should have put statutory.
Yes, instead of just rape. But what's your thoughts?
They should have said statutory. You want to be clear,
Clear
but
cut,
it's the title is clickbait. That's all it is. People want you. They gonna click onto that faster than statutory.
Right.
Like the idea is, oh, you raped this little boy. No, it's statutory. They were having consensual sex. In several different places. I hope I'm not mixing up the two articles.
No, this sounds like the article that I read.
I read an article about somebody that's in the dude in Waldorf. He actually was a coach, and he had sex with like 46 different kids, and it was different cases. And the reason that it was investigated is because one of the parents saw a suspicious or an inappropriate text message in their kid's phone, and the police got an anonymous tip that they needed to investigate, so they started asking like the students, interviewing them, and they found out it was so many different cases of the statutory rape, the molestation, the solicitation of teens. And when they took his phone, they found like all of these pictures and videos of sexual interactions or encounters in the school and in his home.
Oh, shit.
The other case, yes, that dude, he was a dance coach. And he was on the show Bring It On or something, some shit like that. He was on that show, and he was having sex with one of the other dancers, a young boy.
Right. And
the young boy contracted HIV, and then he went and told his parents, and then they investigated that. So that's two different situations. I was just trying to make sure I wasn't mixing them up. But...
Shit. Which one you think? What you think about either one?
It's fucked up. They should be hung. Like,
yeah. Now
involving the kid. Like, I agree with Dallas. Like, with headlines, the media dangerous too. And that's what I be saying.
Yeah.
Like, they gotta expand on what they say. You just can't put something out there because what if it wasn't true that he actually has? Well, even though they had evidence, but the shoe was on the other foot. What if he was innocent? And you got rape up here. Biggest day on his headline. You know what I'm talking about.
And of course, he went to his social media to
clear his name.
Try to clear his name. But of course, and here I am sitting here talking to P about how, trying to defend the community, and then you have this article with this homosexual person having sex with children. It just, I can't. It further perpetuates. This whole thing that we were talking about,
that's around.
Yes, about adding predator or pedophile to the LGBT.
Yes.
That I can't,
and I can't get over that. That P.
We know what that's for. We already know why they want that.
That's fucking
They want that P.
And this article is just a slap in the face.
Yeah, it is.
They want that P for certain people.
So
that P stands for many things. Politicians too.
Oh. Stay out your bag of tricks. Not yet. Not yet. It's too early. We ain't there. This is episode 2. Kap-N-Questions, So, I do have another question, though. If you're going to have a guest on your show, right, and they're a rapper, do they have to be a hot rapper? Nah, for real. Because I know you rap. Like, I know some whack rappers that want to get on and talk about their whack rap, but they got their hot rapper.
I see whack rappers like at least 3 times a week. I'm gonna say if you have a following, listen, everybody think they lit. This is facts. Everybody don't have balls. So for me, it's like if you at least got a good sound and something that's catchy, it don't gotta be like bars. It just needs to sound good. Because, you know, people dumb down their music every fucking day just to kind of, you know,
it's different lanes,
adjust to the times and be more current. So, no, they don't have to have bars, but they need to be, it need to be decent. Like, I need to be able to be spot to, you know, even, shout out to the baby, listen. The baby even said, he said, I got bars, I want to hear the bars. He got bars, but he even said that he dumbs down his music because he know being real lyrical is not really...
Shout out to M, because some of them said the same thing.
Yeah, it's not going to be as lit as, you know, the shit that's going on now.
50. I got you. I just wanted to know what was your preference for your platform.
You want to know mine?
I'm an equal opportunity, you know. It just got to make
platform
sense.
Provider.
You ain't got to be hot, but I got to see the potential.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, if you have a good, solid foundation of how you go about your music, then that's not gonna rock with it. But if you out here sound like everybody and their mother, I can't fuck with you.
You sound like JJ Icefish or Icefish JJ, whatever the fuck it is.
Especially come from DC, all DC rappers sound the same.
Mm.
Well, I don't know, bro, because I like Fat Trail. I don't think he sound like other DC rappers.
I mean, he might not sound like an other DC rapper. I don't know, because I don't even listen to Fat Trail, to be honest with you.
I don't listen to Fat Trail, you know.
Well,
I can't do Fat Trail.
I really can't.
How about I got some teas today about Glizzy Gang.
They full of killers and mobsters.
Should I share? Oh, please. No, one of my people sitting me up. I was like, yo, you gotta get on this live. Like, Ant is on live and he's on live with an interviewer. I don't know who the interviewer was. I did jump on the live and I was hearing, you know, it was all this controversy with Bob aside, you know, Ant Glizzy, Shy Glizzy, and people think that they're beefing. And it was like some situation where like they was on the same song or they supposed to be on the same song and Ant is dissing him on the song. Come to find out, when they weren't beefing, Shy had sent Ant a song and they was supposed to record it and put it on his projects, one of Shy projects. And Ant never did the feature.
Oh shit!
But he still had it on his email. So he decided he was going to use it and diss him on his own.
Oh shit!
Basically. So yeah,
the trick bag.
That was the tease with that, and then from Ant's standpoint, he like 2020. He not really beefing with Shorty. He kind of over. He just kind of like clowned him. Was like he's not a threat. That whole thing. So.
Oh well, I mean no disrespect, but I don't know who Ant is over Glizzy.
Oh wow.
Shy.
Okay.
He ain't part of the Glizzy gang to do Ant.
He was.
Yeah.
I'm just saying though, as far as music,
he still kept the name. I mean, I think he was always in Glizzy gang, but he was more popping once they separated.
That's what I'm saying. Not over Shy though.
Nah.
That's what I'm saying. When it's comparing him to Shy, I don't really know, but that's fun. I like that. Now it's gonna make me go get some more shit.
He's not a nigga with bars to me, but he's a character.
Oh,
he has the look, he has the swag. However,
we need T.I., man.
He's no Shy, but you know, Shy don't even got.
Go ahead.
When Shy first came out, it was a lot of bars. It was a lot. Now I think even he kind of dumbed down.
Right.
But,
right.
You know, when you think about DC rap, when you talk about rappers in DMV, you can't not mention Ant's name. I'll say that.
I will agree.
I like Ant.
I will agree.
No, that honestly, that Glizzy situation kind of like a sensitive situation because my uncle used to date the mother of the member who died out of Baltimore, and there's a lot of internal beef with that situation. So
I worked with him a couple times.
I keep my mouth shut.
I mean, it's
a lot of.
Well, since it was on social media today,
yeah, no. I'm talking about on my.
No. I know because when you know certain things, it's like it's not common. But since they chose to do that today on Instagram, it was like.
Well, might as well. The cat's out of the bag.
Yeah.
What you got for us, Steve?
So next question, Dallas. Who has been your favorite guest so far? And who are you looking forward to bringing onto the show?
Oh my God. Oh, my favorite guests.
They better be lit too. Because I'm going to go back and watch all over again.
Favorite guest? I can't say I had a favorite guest.
Can I modify your question?
Yeah, look.
Oh,
Most foolish funny.
Oh, that's easy.
Yes.
You was there for that one.
Oh,
She was on fire.
Lord, I had so many questions that I wrote down that day.
Yo,
that
we
I
had
wanted
notes.
to pose like,
and I was just like, oh my God.
No, matter of fact, since this is Pete question, Pete really want to know why.
Why she was the...
why your favorite guest was your favorite guest?
I don't have a favorite guest. So I had Alyssa Garson on my show. And Alyssa was very reluctant to be on the show. However, when she agreed, her story was very, very interesting. And I was gagging. Like, whenever I'm sitting in an interview and I'm gagging, I'm shocked and I don't know certain things about people, and they reveal it when we have an interview, I'm always like, that's lit as fuck. Like, I know people are going to enjoy this. And I always get inbox messages on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram like, oh, the interview was so good. Like, this helped me with this. And, oh my God, I didn't know that about her. Like, oh, that's exactly what I wanted to know. So I felt good that she agreed and that she was pleased with the interview. Because a lot of times I send them the interview before I post it. Like, I upload on YouTube, make it private so they can view it.
That's right.
Or whoever, needs to approve it, because you'd be surprised, like, some people, everybody that comes on the show, some people, they have other people that they got to go through and get the approval to, like, oh yeah, you can go on the show. I want my guests to be in good company, so I make sure that I have the right people on my show so that other people are like, oh, she did her good. She asked the right questions, like, it was good exposure, so they're able to reference and get the approval, and she enjoyed it. So Alyssa's was eye-opening. A lot of these interviews were reunions for me and these people.
Right.
Because at one point I had a really close relationship with them, and I've been on hiatus forever. And some of them have as well. So Damo, that interview was funny as shit. We laughed the whole time.
I don't know how y'all even made it through that.
Yeah. Little James, me and Little James were in Atlanta, and he flew into, I think, BWI, and I flew into Dallas, and we both came directly from the airport to my house for the interview. And it was long and very informative, and I was literally gagging like the whole interview. Who else? So what people who are viewers of my show, House of Con and House of West, there was a really big split, and it was like, it was beef, but then it wasn't beef. So to ask all of those people who participated in both organizations, to find out their view on how the split went, that was throughout the whole season. So you get to see different people talk about their opinion and their experience with the split. So yeah, it was a lot.
That's what I say. Hey, but for the viewers that don't know, what's the House of Con, and what's the houses?
Well,
what is it?
It's funny that we were just talking about The Deuce in the 80s. It basically, the show The Deuce in the 80s, it kind of highlighted the pimps and the prostitutes and the porn stars back in the 70s and 80s. The ballroom scene, which is an underground competitive scene where LGBT youth, a lot of them were kicked out of their homes and weren't accepted from their families, so they kind of created this community and this family where they would have one person, like Rico would mentor this group of people, and he may have an apartment and they all would live with him and contribute to the household because they didn't have anywhere else to go. And then, he would be the father of his house, and they would create this family, and they would be competitive. It would be fashion categories, runway categories, face categories, and this is a lifestyle for them. They didn't have anywhere else to go. They weren't accepted anywhere else, so they created their own world, kind of. Fast forward 2019, it's a whole different era. Now there's a TV series on FX that talks about this in particular. So that is what my show is based around. It's about those personalities and that ballroom scene. So if you go on YouTube, type in ballroom throwbacks, there are several videos of a lot of ballroom personalities that are very inspiring. So yeah, that's what it is.
That's what's up.
A lot of the houses are named after fashion organizations like the House of Gucci, Gorgeous Gucci, which is the newest house, Gorgeous Gucci. House of Balmain, House of Balenciaga, House of Collin is not a fashion name. House of Chanel, House of West is an original house name, which they chose to go a different route than a designer's name. But yeah, it's just an organization with a group of people. It's very much similar to what we do at Righteous Ones.
Yeah.
The only difference is, the origin.
Got you.
And with that coming up, how you feel about y'all big 18th year?
Oh my God! So today's our anniversary. I feel so old.
R-O-E.
I feel so old.
Oh, yeah, you should.
What? Shout out to Righteous One. Shout out to Harley.
Hey,
Listen,
no.
I just went to go see him. I haven't seen him in a couple weeks. And today is Big Harley's birthday, so happy birthday, rest in peace, Big Harley.
Rest in peace.
It's been 18 years, like, bitch, we've been through it. I met a lot of my best friends through Righteous Ones 10 years ago on Swan Road.
On Swan, 3222.
The night of a ball. Matter of fact, it was the first five. Anybody watching this and hear me saying this, y'all don't know exactly what I'm talking about. I met Rico the night of the first $5,000 female figure performance category in Suitland. At that ghetto ass fucking establishment. And Naomi came out the ceiling with these motherfucking boots on, and she turned it, and it was lit. They never give out that $5,000 now.
Still on the way.
Yeah, they've given out a few since then, but yeah, we met then. So many people have come through Righteous Ones Entertainment and have contributed to their success, and so many different organizations have, blossomed and have been a spin-off from Righteous Ones.
Yeah, man.
So
it's a big organization now. You have
lit.
Everybody doing some models, actors, dancers, singers, fucking rappers. Like it's popping. What do you call them? Personalities.
Mm-hmm.
Personalities. Like this is really popping. It's really popping. In 18 years. Man, I'm just 19, so y'all know I've only been around for
what?
5 minutes.
This nigga's delusional. Waiting for P to hop in one of these photo shoots.
Man, listen,
y'all gotta see,
already posing this shit.
Y'all gotta see P's skin, right? The skin is doing shows.
My shit bad, cuz.
What?
My shit can be better.
He played Grim Reaper even against himself. You hear me?
People saying that on the loud. I can't.
All right, well, listen, y'all. We gonna bring it right on back. You hear me?
Now we're back, and we're about to talk about the backlash of Collin Kaepernick versus the NFL, and the bullshit the NFL is trying to pull.
They had to give me a little background because
It's shit a little tricky.
It's a little tricky.
There's too many parts, and you gotta make sure that you line them up accordingly, systematically, and numerically, and what's the other one I'm looking for?
Alphabetically?
Alphabetically, nah. Chronologically. Chronologically.
People get job offers all the time.
Hey, Sway.
And, a counter offer is not uncommon.
Hold up. Pete, what was going to be the first question? Because this, what she just said is, that's the good punch.
Point, but I forgot the first question, too.
All right. So
I'm into my points. I'm like, my points.
Man, listen, it's already, so just so y'all know, we already on our high horse, and we stand 10 toes down in our belief of what is really the case. Point blank, period. We have a comment box below. Rack up if you disagree. Because, hey, I tell you, I make time to argue and debate, baby.
I ain't got time for it.
Hey, I make
I wish the fuck out with it. Y'all can say that. They can say that.
Y'all can
I don't pay attention to the negative. Anything that is constructive, I pay attention to. But I'm not about to go back and forth with no fucking trolls.
I troll, I do it all, baby. Come follow me. Reek _fallback on IG.
You see this invitation for this fucking
exactly foolishness.
Yeah.
6ix9ine, my favorite rapper. Nigga.
Take me over this.
But nah, so go ahead, finish, Dallas.
Nah, I was just when you was giving me like the scoop because I'm not. What I've been paying attention to lately is the impeachment proceedings. So I was not hip to Kaepernick, this whole situation. However, people get job offers all the time, and with any smart individual who knows their worth, they won't accept the first offer. So what I'm saying is a counter offer is not uncommon. However, a trick bag is a motherfucking trick bag.
Right. So here's what I read in some of my comments on other social media platforms. I had one individual tell me that, yo, Rico, when do your soon-to-be employer ask you what time are you available for an interview, or when are you available for an interview? I looked at the comment like it was his face and looked at him dumb as shit.
First of all, that's a dumbass situation. I asked you that. For one, Collin Kaepernick is the only player in 100 years of fucking NFL that have to work out again to re-enter the NFL. So that's dumb as shit.
They made a contract that used general words for a specific person and say that it's for the public, for everybody that shows up to the workout. Bitch, they only had Collin. I agree with you. Check.
Jay Cutler got a job. Josh Johnson got a job.
That's what you was waiting on.
All them bum ass quarterbacks done got a job. No trials, no nothing. This motherfucker has been to the Super Bowl and everything. And then this is how I know it was a trick job. Anytime the 49ers, the team that cut him, gave him the ultimatum, said, either we're going to trade you take a pay cut, or we're going to release you. They had to work out. Why the fuck they had to work out? He not coming back. What the fuck are you thinking? Like, dumb motherfuckers.
Nah, keep going
anyway.
Keep going in.
Yeah, like, what's the point?
Yeah, what's the point of them even coming?
So, here's another thing that I had an issue with. So, of course, you know, everybody's talking about this individual, so I don't want to make it seem like it's something different. But Stephen A., right? He said that, yo, Collin, if you really want to work out and you want to show up for a team, then come and work out. Show up for the team. Fuck everything else. Mm-hmm. What kind of dumb shut up and dribble, shut up and throw the football dumb shit is this? Like, who the fuck just did? That's like Dallas saying, hey, Reek, I'm going to give you $10. Dallas hand me $8. And I don't say, I thought it was 10. And just go along with it. When I really need 12, but I only asked for 10. What? You put me in a hole. I'm hoping that everybody like money and quote onto that. Like,
everybody should like money. But another dumbass thing I hate about this whole Collin thing is they really pitting black people against black people. And they try to handle this shit.
And this is where me and Perry disagree.
Okay. First of all, they say Jay-Z was the reason Collin got his workout.
Facts, and I
disagree with that.
Yes, I disagree.
I disagree with that. It was the play.
There's no facts, and go ahead.
It's the play of the black quarterbacks. At first, they couldn't win with the way the black quarterback was playing.
No, it's not that they couldn't win.
That's what they was reporting. That's what they were saying. That Wildcat shit, they couldn't win with that.
Stop.
But then, as the black quarterback started to evolve, and it's more like we've pretty much taken over the quarterback position. Now they want to say, oh, we can win with this quarterback. We can win with this Wildcat shit. We can win with these athletes. Let's bring them in. In the NFL this year, the top 5 quarterbacks been black. 4 of them play the same way Kaepernick played.
And I know somebody that
same style of football. He plays. Lamar Jackson plays the same way. Russell Wilson plays the same way. Deshaun Watson plays the same way. And Patrick Mahomes plays the same way. So pretty much they reopened the door for him to get a job interview. That's one thing. And then after the trials, they try to say, oh, Jay-Z was mad at Collin Kaepernick. When Jay-Z team said, Jay-Z didn't even make a comment. So which one is it? Well,
Jay-Z ain't make no fucking comment. I could have told y'all. And guess what?
But that's what I'm saying. That's why they pin each other.
I understand. But guess what? If you say Jay-Z to me, I'm going to fuck in. Because if Jay-Z had a part to do with this, then I was going to go to fuck in. Because this is a shitty ass job. If Jay-Z didn't have no parts of this that I'm going at because Jay-Z, you could have got him a
better situation.
Come on, like what the fuck?
A better initial offer.
See, everybody's sucking Jay-Z off and not really.
Pause.
I'm gonna say something about that. It might be in Jay-Z's defense, but Jay-Z don't know the business of football better than Collin Kaepernick do.
Not nowhere near.
They could have showed him them agreements and be like, this is our standard agreement. The one they tried to give Collin.
With paragraph 2 and 7 was fucked up.
If he saw it,
let me ask a question. So, do you think that at any point, first of all, can I get some Tito's and some
Oh fuck yeah.
Do you think that at any point Jay-Z and Kaepernick had a conversation prior to?
No,
it's reported. That
Jay-Z said
that they did not.
Jay-Z said they had a conversation, but it wasn't regarding that.
This.
And then Cap, Eric, and what's the other nigga name?
Right, King Steele's album also.
Stills. They all said, "Oh, he ain't talk to him."
Do you think that when the initial offer was brought to Kaepernick, that Jay-Z was in conversation with them before that? That's basically what this is about. It's about Jay-Z allegedly being the reason that they had the conversation. Why wouldn't Jay-Z have a conversation with Kaepernick and be like, "Yo, what are your terms?" The initial.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say the initial offer is, but if somebody is pursuing you, knowing your background, this is where the shade come in because this is what people talking about.
I got one better for you, but I'm gonna let you finish.
No, I'm just saying that.
I
want to know your.
No, I got you. So here's the two things, right, that Jay-Z did wrong. If you really pay attention to it, the two things are the same thing. But it's both situations. So the first situation was Jay-Z's interview and sit down with the NFL and media. What Jay-Z could have done, like Stephen A. is saying, what Cap could have done, like Cap could have just shown up, but not, come on, that sounds stupid as fuck. But nonetheless, not even going to repeat that. What Jay-Z could have done was, hey, Cap there. So Cap, I'm your mouthpiece. Yeah. Don't say shit.
Right.
Just show up.
I'm your lawyer.
Yeah. Or could have had Cap come to that jump and say, I brought you here so you can say whatever you need to say.
He didn't even have to bring Cap. He could have brought Cap lawyer.
Cap representative.
Cap girlfriend. He could have brought one of the other players. Anybody.
So what Jay-Z did was he brought nobody and said, this ain't about kneeling. Strike one. So what you just did was not bring Cap and went against Cap's first protest and dismissed it as if
nothing.
We already know. Right. Listen, niggas is still kneeling in the NFL. That's one. Period. But niggas is also doing shit outside of the NFL.
Also, this is another point that the NFL didn't take into point. That Cap started kneeling because he talked to an Army vet.
Don't even see. I said that shit a billion times. They don't want to hear that.
I don't give a fuck. They're going to hear today.
Hey, damn it! You won't fucking hear it.
My thing is, if he took time out to have a conversation with a person and he took their suggestions and their criticism and he adjusted what he was doing, he should be commended for that. But like I said, it's a bunch of white billionaires. They brought Jay-Z in to be, the same big lip motherfucker on the story of OJ video.
See, you're getting too much of Jay-Z. You're going to make me forget my topic.
Around it, I think that it's a slap in the face to take an offer like that.
So that brings me to my second point. So the first point was Jay-Z didn't bring Cap to the sit down. Second, if Jay-Z had something to do with this, he didn't bring Cap to the sit down. The first thing Cap asked was for an extension because of the lack of information that he had.
Yep.
So what Cap said was, okay, cool. I appreciate the offer. Thank you so much. Can we push it back to next Saturday because I have these questions? Mm-hmm. Then they gave him an ultimatum.
They gave
him
like
a deadline. 48 hours. Was it 48?
I think it was like 48 hours.
48 hours. All right, so boom, let's get this in. I need to know who my receivers is. I need to blah blah. I need to know. If Jay-Z had anything to do with that, then he's a fucked up individual for not letting Collin know beforehand.
And plus, most NFL teams have workouts on Tuesday.
Yeah. I said that shit too. Listen, it's my name. We own it.
I do like the fact that he did kind of say I'm good on that, but I'm doing this over here.
And you
so
go,
y'all
you
want
guys
to
are
come,
welcome.
y'all gotta
Yes.
come over here. So all that other shit y'all talking about, y'all can keep it. I'm over here. Y'all welcome to come. So that part of the negotiation and the agreement and the stipulations is out the window. He is now controlling the narrative as it relates to his workout.
Right.
That
Exactly.
was a good look.
So now here's the part that the people, you guys, have to realize. Though he is controlling the narrative, his narrative is transparent. He's letting you all know what the NFL sent
on his end,
what he didn't agree with, and I'm gonna put a pin in there right quick. It's been proven that the NFL lied. They sent out an official statement saying that we sent Collin and his team a standard waiver form for workouts, which ultimately came back out, got into the right hands of the media, and they showed that paragraph 2, paragraph 7 was some shit.
Also, you dumb motherfuckers. Let me talk to you for a second.
Oh shit.
Fuck
that. We like Grim Reaper.
It's something like Collin Kaepernick actually helped the NFL by one of his own independent camera crew there. Because with his camera crew there, he don't have the excuse to say, the team didn't get my tapes or it was changed. He did them a favor at the end of the day by recording his own shit. Oh, wow. So, with that being said, y'all motherfuckers, that shit is dumb. Like, he helped y'all out. He did y'all favors. He's the one that turned the tape in to 32 teams. So,
but see now I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna argue back. That's what they weren't gonna do. So he didn't help them.
No.
He actually put them on blast.
I'm gonna tell you why he helped them.
They wasn't gonna send it
Because
to all 32.
No, that's what I'm saying. This is avoiding them from getting sued or having a lawsuit because he could say,
But that's why those lines were in the contract.
But he still
arbitration agreement.
Yes.
But we still helped him out by doing his own thing. Because if somebody say, I'm gonna just record a single myself, I'm gonna say cool, because that's what if a team say they ain't get it, that's on your team.
Yeah,
that's on you.
So saying I'm gonna be here, y'all can come and y'all and kind of put them in a
exactly. You in the clear.
Yeah.
So why the fuck you gonna stop that from happening?
So did you see the report the interview that Hugh Jackson did?
No, I didn't see Hugh Jackson.
So, he was supposed to be the one to work Collin out.
He did. He was there.
Hugh Jackson said that he hopped on the plane and didn't go.
There was Hugh Jackson. That was.
Hold on. So here's the crazy part. So I watched that whole interview. He was like, "Yeah, I didn't want to make the NFL look bad because now I don't disagree. I thought it was you too, but he was like, I thought he was there too, but he was like, yeah, I got on the plane. I didn't want to make the NFL look bad because they reached out to me. Yeah, I really don't want to comment on this because I want to make the NFL look bad because the NFL reached out to me." He said, they said, so what do you think about Collin's workout that we all did see because, he recorded it. He said, yeah, I don't want to comment on that because I'm a professional and I professionally do this.
Who said this?
Plus, the NFL called me, so I don't want to make the NFL look bad. Hugh Jackson.
He made the NFL look bad when he's the fucking Cleveland Browns coach. That's how he couldn't win no fucking game. What the fuck he talking about? The nigga only won like 5 games in 3 years. What the fuck we talking about?
Hey.
I'm trying to just get the Grim Reaper out here. My man do not play.
Be blown.
Hey,
so niggas be doing anything for money.
I'm gonna drop that link to Hugh Jackson down there.
Hugh Jackson, get a fucking coordinator job. What the fuck you talking about? The fuck you unemployed right now? Ain't nobody looking at you. What the fuck you talking about?
Why ain't nobody checking for you?
So here's the other part that everybody gotta understand, right? So it's team official. It's official team coaches. Representatives. That don't mean they're coaching anything. It could be the nigga that know how to do stats real good, but he's not a stat guy. He's still working in the motherfucking office, and they just sent him down and be like, "Yo, tell me what he looked like. Make sure you get the record and make sure you get the DVD type shit." Like we don't know who was there. Just like we don't know that Jay-Z. I got you. We just don't know that we don't know that Jay-Z had anything to do with it. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna let the Grim Reaper.
Hugh Jackson ain't got none of them jobs. What the fuck you talking about? He ain't got none of them jobs. He ain't a scout. He ain't a fucking bus boy. He ain't doing
I'm gonna put that link below, yo.
He ain't doing shit. He Jackson, come and talk to me, cuz. We need to have a sit down.
So here's what's really the case.
Dumb. You dumb. Oh, you dumb. You never gonna have another job in the NFL, bro.
No, he will. He will have every job in the NFL due to that fucking interview.
You know, people love that shit.
Now, I have a question for both of you that's related but non-related.
He's so dumb.
I was about to give him an example of something.
Go ahead. Go.
No, don't forget your question. What's your question?
I'm good. Yeah.
Steve Harvey, that nigga.
Don't get me started on that crown.
Didn't Steve Harvey, he announced the winner and was like, they gonna keep hiring Steve Harvey because they want to see if that nigga gonna make the same mistake.
He done got fired.
But, you know what I'm saying? He working. He the purple coon ranger. He the one that ran up to Trump.
So wait. So that's my question right there.
Was that my phone?
Nah, that's my shit. So people, this is my question to Grim Reaper and Dish, right? So I need an answer to this. Please comment. Hold on, P. Please comment down there. All right. So, how do you guys feel about mainstream media and great media? Because I call us great media because we don't have no overhead. So, mainstream media and great media saying to other black personalities, "You're a coon," or "That's coonish." See, now I'm gonna tell you my point of view before y'all can think before you say anything. I think that sometimes, depending on the individual, because some people are so strong-minded that you need to say it like that so they can automatically get in their feelings. Because I think that's very important, especially for an individual that thinks that they can agree to disagree. I think it's very important that you say the worst without being disrespectful. Now, if calling someone a coon or Uncle Tom, not Uncle Tom, Sam, bro, Uncle Tom was a good guy. One of those names, then that's okay with me because they understand the history. I'm not saying call somebody a bitch or a motherfucker. I'm gonna bleep those out. Probably not. No. But how you guys feel about you saying that to another black platform holder? Because I think it's okay, just to make sure they understand the point. They gotta hear it, so now they can tune into what you're saying because they want to argue.
It's very seldom that you come across people who are gonna keep it 100 with you and not try to spare your feelings, but mean to give you the constructive criticism because they care. I'm always gonna call it like I said. You a fucking coon. You're a coon. I'm also not gonna call you a coon without telling you why.
Yes.
I think that you're a coon.
Very key.
Clearly.
I agree with that.
Very key. Nah.
I ain't got too much.
All right, so look. So I'm gonna give you guys an example, right? So I had a motherfucker online, not say to me, but it felt like it was to me, say, yo, like, actually, I'm gonna use Max Kellerman. Somebody said that Max Kellerman was more black than Stephen A. Max is white. And it was because of the stance, not because of how he talk, walk, act, look.
Like his position.
It was his stance on Collin Kaepernick's relocation of the whole situation. So he was like, yo, why would you want to bow down to them knowing that they're being faulty?
Let me tell you why that worked though for Max though, because that's part of his privilege though too.
No, he said it. Yeah, he said it.
He said that. Yeah, he said that.
I totally agree.
Yeah, I totally agree. But this one of those things with Stephen A. Stephen A. been kissing ass so long. It's like it's ridiculous. Like
that's why that's my brother. He know it.
Bro, that shit is. Just can't even have no opinion about that shit. That shit crazy.
You know what? I want to leave it awkward, man. What you think? Leave it awkward, man. Y'all comment down below, man. This is fucking P. This fucking Dish. Your boy Reek.
I think they're gonna agree with us. This shit just dumb. I just think.
Give him your IG handle.
Crazy Uncle P.
Any underscores?
Crazy with a K _ P.
Give me your IG handle.
Dallas Champagne. Queen and Salt. It was Dallas Champagne. DALLASCHAMPANGE.
I might change my name too.
Shit.
Really? What you gonna change it?
In tribute to my man John Witherspoon, I might change my name to Sweet Dick Willie.
Sweet Dick Willie.
You know what I'm saying? This is my tribute to my man John
Hey,
Witherspoon.
my boy was dumb as
If
shit.
you change that, I'm going to be dead if you change your name to that.
I'm thinking about it.
I'm married. I can't do no shit like that. All right,
John
so
was my man, Sweet Dick Willie. You know what I'm saying? Bang, bang, bang. You know what I'm saying?
all right, so look,
I'm
any
not
of
saying
y'all
I'm
motherfuckers that want to come on the show, man, we keep it light, we keep it heavy, all at the same time. Come holler at us. Put your name in the link below.
Your handle before you go.
Oh, I got you. So, y'all holler at us, man. You can hit any one of those handles up that you just heard, or you can hit me up on IG. It's Reek, REEK_ fall back. Because I fall back when you're talking. I want to hear you so I can use your words against you. I'm a good debater. I ain't no hater. So come on, holler at the player.
That's what he do. That's what motherfucker do.
Don't get put in a trick bag like they called Kaepernick.
Yeah, like shit. Hey, ain't no contract though, so y'all can be.
And bring your own spirits.
Yes.
You
yes,
drink on the
Lord.
show.
I'm
This
not-
ain't the drink chat, but you could drink. You know what I'm saying? Know your holler at me, be on there. Because you be fucking up.
Hey, so